guess I should hopefully follow up too.
So what inspired the change, if I may ask?
The coronavirus?
Okay, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Yep. So what we're doing is we're keeping everybody safe, and we're going to we're going to do this in a way so that people can stay home and stay healthy and still, embrace the creativity that we, hold so dear.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that. So all right, so tonight we'll do a study of, I think, the Black Widow. And this will be a nice demonstration of what I plan on doing. And if you feel so inclined, you can certainly donate through the PayPal button. Just to give you an idea of, put this right up against the table here. I know I'm trying to get this situated. I want you to get the best view possible. I'm working with two cameras. It's tough. But I'll get my phone off the charger here. If you want to communicate with me, you can communicate through Instagram or Facebook. My plan, here's the middle of my page. All right, I think that'll work. My plan is to draw the Black Widow kind of hunched over her victims, and let's see what happens. And we got our first message. And it's asking, are you streaming to the Adult Jam to YouTube? And I will respond with, yes, we're live right now. And that's how it works, folks. So what I'm going to do, and what I want to share with you, is the concept of kind of creating an island experience with our character kind of over it. And so, for example, like here's my ground, my ground base, and I'll have some perspective lines. You can actually tune in on YouTube and actually watch too and look right over my shoulder. So here's my heap, right? And then I will put her on this heap. Now I'm thinking a pile of bodies at some point, and what I like to do is I like to keep things pretty generic and simple when I start, so that then I can have a little bit more fun on the with the concept art, where I'm not super locked down on a design. So when I think of Black Widow beating somebody up, I always think of that moment, as she's kind of climbing off her victim. So what we can do is we can put a hand bracing here and maybe have something jutting forward here, kind of invite the viewer in. And then we have to make a decision, like, are we going to, make it look like the movie version, like from Iron Man 2? Or are we going to make it look like the straight up like Avengers version with I remember her with the short red hair. Well, first she had the long red hair, right? When she was a bad guy. And then when she became kind of an ally to, she became an ally to Daredevil. What you can see here, we'll start putting things together. Here's her shoulder line. Here's her upper bicep. I want this leg. Well, we'll have this come down. And this will not be a backerboard blitz. We're by no means in any kind of rush to do this now. Like the backerboard blitz is about, turning over fun, quick sketches. Now we're really going for it. We're doing the real thing. I kind of feel like it'd be cool to draw her with the long hair. Start to see it coming together. I think I'm going to have her stingers kind of wrap around this way. What that does is reinforce the contour of her forearm. We can have this leg come down here and kind of work with this leg. And we can curve this one around and point this way. And if this arm is downward, we're going to see a little bit of the top of those wrist stingers or whatever they're called. Light and sketchy. Look at all that. Look at all those mistakes. Just kind of going for it, light and loose. You guys can barely even see that, right? It's super light. Oh, Edward, how are you? Glad you could join in. So I definitely want to honor gravity and have the hair draped down. Maybe I'll have her looking upward, angry face, right? I'm trying to think of the first time I read about her in a comic. I think it was like an old Avengers book, maybe. So now I want to draw a couple beat up people, but I also want to move. I already kind of found a spot where I don't like that stinger. So I'm going to put her hand up here like so. And the stinger will be back. And we're going to be, this is a big study in light because she wears a very dark uniform. It'd be cool to have her hair interact with this arm here. Does she carry like a weapon, like a staff? I feel like she does. So now as I'm getting bolder, oh, like a gun. Yeah, she could have a gun. It'd be funny if she was pinning a guy's head down here. I think that'd be cool. So let's pull this arm up just a touch. And then have that wrist stinger thing there. And then her hand could be palming that guy's face. And we can bloody him up and have fun with that. Mouth line, eye line, right? Still working off this island here of damage. So if you are tuning in, this is the Monday Night Jam, and if you are feeling so inclined, it would be most appreciated if you could donate either through the Patreon page or through freelunchstudios.com. Help me keep this place open in this strange time. Let's see. So if we put his shoulder here, we can put his chest. I don't know. I think it would be more funny to have him beaten down this way and maybe curve his chest around this way. It looks very, it's probably because I'm sitting so far back. The foreshortening is off because I'm far away from the paper. Now I'm going to get real close to it because I don't care if you see my head. I can put a beat up hand right here. So I'll trim some of that. That'll help with the disconnect. And I could probably shape her head a little bit more this way. And that'll add to the neck space. Are you doing this too? Are you joining me on this mission where we're kind of drawing together and building off of an island, right? The concept is to have like a base and then have our main character kind of built off of it. So we can put this guy here and then we can put like somebody else's face. Like right here, we'll bloody them up too. This recording everything you do all day is really hard. This is the third show I've done today, and I'm exhausted. I am exhausted. Let's see. She doesn't use a baton ever, huh? So just to review, if you are just tuning in now, what we're doing is we're creating an island. I'm going to draw this nice and dark so you can see it. And then putting your character isolating your character in an interesting way on that island. So if I was going to do something with Brenda, you know, I could have her, and maybe have her like holding a weapon, and maybe there's a shield here, and who knows, she could be on like a big giant dead trout or something like that, which would be pretty funny. And she'd be like, yeah, I did this. And she's connected, where we almost create this triangle. So for this Black Widow piece that I'm doing, it's almost the same thing. Put her gun right here. The strap for the holster sells the contour of the leg. We'll put in the folds here, and her boot will be back here cascading behind the body. Still not 100% entirely set on her head placement, so I may bring it up a little bit more. And I think that was just because we talk about this all the time during my my other classes about head placement. And when we're far away from our paper, we tend to do weird things with proportions. So this will definitely help. Sitting closer for me will definitely help. So, all right, I'm kind of feeling that. We'll put a strap here. We'll put a strap here. I think I'm going to go with the curly hair from Iron Man 2. I really kind of dug that. So I feel pretty good about this. And now we're going to bust out the inks, I think. We're going to really do some damage on here next. I'm going to stand up so you can take a quick look and see where we're at. And then I'm going to take a look at the comments on YouTube. Let's see. Edward is saying a lot. What is the theme? We just covered that. Hey, Bill is here. Hello, Bill. Brandy's here. Hello, Brandy. Can I donate via PayPal? Yes, you can. Thank you so much for asking, Edward. You can go to either the Free Lunch Studios Facebook page, or you can go to the Free Lunch. No. What am I saying? You can go to freelunchstudios.com, or you can go to freelunchcomics.com. And from that site, there's a new button at the top, and it basically points directly to different implements or different increments that you can contribute to the cause. And you'll see the Monday Night Jam $5 slot is right there. If you took part in the Backerboard Blitz, you can actually pay for comics through that as well. And the bidding process for the Backerboard Blitz is over. So I want to thank the people who took part in that. Let's move this up a little bit so you guys can see it there. And thank you so much for asking, Ed. I appreciate it. I think if we do a good enough job on this, maybe we'll make a print out of it or something. So, and are you guys, let me know in your comments, are you doing this island concept? Are you going for it? Let me know. Because I'd love it if you were. It'd be very cool if you did. Let's see. Any comments on YouTube? Nothing yet, but we got 5 people watching. Anybody commenting on Free Lunch Studios? Are you going for the assignment? Are you creating the island and building a character above it? You know what'd be cool? Oh yeah. Maybe I'll put like a circle like right here with her symbol on it. That'd be awesome. Yeah, doing that. That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. All right, so let's see. Anybody going for it? I might. Brandy's going for it. Very good. I love it. It's almost like we're sitting in the same room, but we're not. All right, so let's go for it here. I'm going to start using some inks. I'm going to jump off of Facebook for a quick second and just I'm going to Google. Do I? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Black Widow. I'm going to go for it. Black Widow. and I'm going to type in Iron Man 2. Hopefully that fan is not bothering you. I'm going to shut it off. When the sun was shining in here earlier, when I was working on that draw big and stay home, it got so warm, so warm. When you say island, do you mean like the land island? No, I mean you're basically isolating your character to exist and take up root from that spot, right? And they can interact with it if they want, or they can just stand above it or be it's up to you how you want to handle it. But I think I feel like that's a pretty fun challenge. All right, let's see. Oh, cool. I think I found some decent reference. I'm not going to go photorealistic, but I definitely want to get the inspiration right. I'm going to attack the nose because it's the hardest thing, and I tend to do that. And then we'll have mean face. We'll have that dropped eyelid. Show a little bit of anger. I think we can see a little bit of Scojo in there. Yeah, we can. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to start putting the hair in. When I sketch with the blue line, which, not too many of you have had the opportunity to kind of look over my shoulder while I do that, I get to create a lot of random shapes in that moment, which is very, very fun. And I'll honor them, believe it or not. I'm going to keep this reference up because there's cool lines on the concept on the costume. But so you'll see I'll embellish over some of those happy, as Bob Ross would say, some of those happy little accidents that kind of come through. And I'll totally use them, and I'll use them to my benefit. I feel like it looks pretty cool. And we talk about drawing the hair as a solid to begin with. I feel like we address that with the blue lines pretty easily, blah, 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 pretty quickly. Don't want to shade too much with this kind of pen. We'll use a big guy for the solids. Maybe we can do that little X trick. I'm a big contour guy, so I'll use those contours to kind of make items jump off the page. How are you doing on your islands? You can certainly send me a picture. I would love to see. Come on, show me what's going on. I'm going to jump to my Instagram and see if anything's going on there. And you're going to get to see how great I am at it. Let's see. Instagram says, oh my God, there's messages here. Nope, nothing recent. Look at all these messages, though. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, not what we're talking about, though. Show me or tag me. I wonder if that's how that works. But I'd love to see what you're doing. Are you struggling with anything? Like, we can certainly talk about that. So I said in an earlier episode today that we watched the first X-Files movie yesterday. Ugh, how oddly appropriate that movie was. Yuck. I don't want to cover up that armband. It doesn't look like she has one in the reference photo, though. So maybe I will cover it up. I don't know. But I like it so far. I think it's cool. This was something that Jay suggested. He was like, "What are you going to do for the jam?" I was like, I really don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to check the YouTube comments real quick. Do I have an Instagram? Yes, I do. Brandy, show me what you have and let's talk about it. We want to think about the subject matter that you can ground the character to, and then have them erupt from it. That's what I think you should be the mindset of the concept that you should be thinking about while you're working. Have them erupt from those details, whatever those details are. They should be relevant to the character. So, like for Brenda, having a giant dead fish at her feet, that kind of works because she's gone through something similar to that. I'm going to bump up the contour on the outer edge and draw right over that line. Wow, did you see that? I actually closed my eyes for a second while I was drawing. Don't do that. Don't do that. I want to start thinking about contours, where they're going to flow. Here's the zipper. It looks like this is going to cascade down here. There's a seam for that. And then there's another seam here that comes up and travels above the shoulder here. And what's fun is we can hit this with music afterward. So you're not just bombarded with my blathering on. But I feel like it's looking pretty good. It's looking like I wanted it to, right? I think that's such a weird thing. Like you can be drawing, and sometimes these pictures, they can take you on a little bit of a journey, and you're not even necessarily sure, what's going on. And I think the blue lines help with that. Hey, Scott, watching on Facebook. You still watching? I can't tell. Hey, Don, how you doing? How are we doing over here? Instagram name, it's the same thing as the YouTube channel. It's Free Lunch Studios. Free Lunch Studios on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, on all the things. I'm going to check my Instagram for people who might be having problems. Hey, I think we got something here. Let's see what we got. My character is very connected. I kind of like that. The other thing you could do is you can go symbolic and have them like standing on the earth itself, right? How do they interact with the earth? Do they overpower it? Do they exist with it? I kind of like what you have going on here. It has like a Terrax the Terrible vibe to it. That's for the kids out there. I just said vibe. But yes, having them grounded to the earth, I think, is very cool. can you think about the gesture and how you can support it? Like if they're very connected, them just standing on the character, does that say connection to you? Or can you push it a little bit further? You know, can you drape the character onto the earth? You know, I would say find a reference photo of our lovely planet and bring as much realism to that. I feel like that'll send a very powerful message, I would think. Try it. Let's see what you can do. All right, I'm gonna bust out my Copic here, just because I want to start putting darks down so it makes it a little bit more fun to see. Anybody who's just starting out, you don't want to sketch with Sharpies. That can be a real problem. But we want to use those darks. Darks help. I said this in an earlier episode today. Darks really help an image pop in a very, very good way. So you want to make sure that you do that.
You're struggling with
I feel like it's looking pretty cool. Just no drawing with our eyes shut. Let's stop doing that. And what's nice is with this dark costume, usually I'll wait and do the darks at the end, but I don't plan on resolving this whole thing while we're together. But you never know. You never know. I have a pretty good judge for what I can do in the time that I've allotted, but darks help. Darks are good. This will be the biggest eye candy episode that we've ever put up, that's for sure. Texture is a great thing too. I know in the early Black Widow costumes, I know that it was like a slick costume, but this looks like it's got that cool texture to it. I want to use that. I'm a big fan of using texture to kind of send our work over. Don't do that, but there we go. We're still doing it. All right, so let's take a look at her costume. Hey, Don. Yeah, thanks for finding me on Instagram. And yeah, like I said earlier, if you can find it in your heart to donate, you can do that right through freelunchstudios.com or freelunchcomics.com. They both take you to the same place. Let's keep this place going. I know we're probably looking at being shut down for a little while, and I'm going to fight and do as much as I can. Hey, Tyrone. How you doing, boss? We're doing a theme. I'll talk about it again. We're talking about it's a Monday Night Jam. It's a little different than usual. We're actually working with a theme, and I'm kind of guiding you along, and we're drawing our characters working off an island. So if we want to thank you for heckling me, Brandy. I appreciate that. So I have an earlier example here where we have this base. I just crimpled the original. We have a base, and then we have this character kind of erupting out of it. And we can have anything at the base, but we want it to be related to the character themselves. And we want them she is like interacting with the base, right? So here she's got a spear, and then maybe there's a dead fish right here, right? And your hand is up here, and we'll get the basic. But she is erupting off of that fish, right? Does that make sense to you guys? And we can even have the tail come up a little bit. And what's nice about this is it kind of changes up the standard layout. A lot of times we get locked up into drawing the similar kinds of perspectives all the time. So this is actually something cool. I'll probably do some. I'm going to use this. We'll use the X for the eyes. And there's the fin. But do you get it? So having her rooted to the subject matter, we can have some blood or water or whatever here. We can put some other weapons, but it's a triangular layout, right? When we talk about in design terms, how we use these simple shapes to allow ourselves to kind of create an eye-pleasing design. So we've got Ed heckling people. Gravity is a life lesson. Thank you, Ed. All right, so I'm gonna keep working here. I wonder if I hook plug in. Where's my bills? Okay. How much juice do we have? It's blinking. But let's see what we get here. Maybe it's in the wrong. Okay. Here we go. Nothing. Nope, not enough juice. Sorry, kids. No lights. But we'll keep drawing though. I'm hoping you guys on YouTube can see it well enough. What if Connie got the Infinity Gauntlet? Yo, that's a good idea for next time. I'll tell you what, I love that. I love that. I'm going to spin this so you guys can see it good on YouTube too. I can't play favorites. So Tyrone, things are okay. Like, in light of everything that's gone on, it's an adjustment period for sure. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the good stuff. Everybody at home is okay, and just fighting to keep going. Right? That's all it is. Just like everybody else. I think I'm going to keep that band there. I don't know why. Pamela Hershey, oh my God, thank you. You're so kind. Thank you for the compliment. Are you drawing with us? Because that would be cool. I'm feeling like I'm enjoying this one too. I don't think the little kids can watch this one because I didn't mark this one for kids, and I wonder if I should have, or I'm still not 100% on how YouTube works. You know what I'm saying? Bam. Who is that? Someone just gave me a thumbs up. I like her face and the angle of everything. Oh my God. Well, thank you. That's kind of what we're going for. Going for a different kind of design today. Trying to change it up. We get locked up in these standard designs all the time. So to be able to change it up, I think is a good thing. And it's weird working at this angle, I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to shift this over just for a second. This is typically a time where we get together here and draw fun to be able to do something fun and maybe hopefully share our work after it's done. I think would be pretty cool. Who should she beat up? Hydra dude. I would have to look up. She beat up. Hydra Duder. We'll do it, Edward. I will. I promise I will do it. I cannot do it now because we're in the middle of this cool Black Widow picture, and I don't want to stop from doing that. That would be a very, very fun and satisfying. I'm going to lose my hand reference here for a second. So any messages that you send to me over the next couple minutes, I'm not going to see for a little bit, but I'm going to look up a Hydra agent. And then the way their masks go, it looks like it goes under the eye, over the bridge of the nose. And it looks like they have bubbles for eyes, maybe. There's a lot of funny Hydra posts. There's a lot of funny Hydra posts. Bob, agent of Hydra. That's pretty funny. Well, there's some Eric Larson stuff. Oh, let's use that. That's not Eric Larson. That's Mark Silvestri. Let's use that. All right, so we can have bubble eye there, and we'll draw a suggestion of bubble eye over there. Pattern goes totally. Oh, my wife is watching. Hello. Going on, family. I will be home soon. Oh, look how cool this looks, though. All right, now, when we think about the light and how it hits, right? So I'm going to put the drop shadow or the dark of her uniform right there. I've got to look at her. Ooh. Just got a message from the missus. We're having shepherd's pie for dinner tonight. Gotta love that. I'm going to darken that whole thing in. I might put a little line of dark here, and we'll put a texture on that. Oh, I'm fighting the urge to not put that band in there. There is no band. Oh, but there's a shield logo on her shoulder. We're going to have to fix that. Okay. We will. We'll make it work. Okay. So let's have some fun because I'm impatient. I've been doing this all day. We're going to darken this in. And what am I going to do? I'm going to use to add a little bit. So I pick the curly hair because I wanted the texture from that. Like to sit here and talk to yourself all day and pretend you're talking to somebody. Yeah. But look at that. Hey, texture. Look at that. It's coming out pretty good. The people downstairs probably think I've lost my mind, but whatever. I'm sure you can. All right, let's take a look at YouTube. We getting any new comments here? Oh, my father-daughter team from another town. They're having some meatloaf. Oh, I like meatloaf. I can dig it. I enjoy it. It's good stuff. Don't eat over your artwork. Don't eat over your artwork. I'm going to take a look at Instagram. I had young Brandy talking to me about her assignment. I'm going to take a look and see if we have any other messages here. Nope, nothing since the end. Oh. Nothing since. So, okay, I'm going to assume everybody's doing a good job. If you are making some good headway, send me a photograph. I would love to see what you're doing. Now, because of the placement of her hand here, that means I got to put the bend of her wrist like right there. Oh, isn't that fun? There's one bubble eye. This This might be a fun shading thing too. Can't see her right hand. Oh. Yeah, and we're losing life. Okay, hold on. We'll get that right. We'll get that right. I see that. See, this is where it's tough because the angle of the camera. I'll move it over there. And now we lose the. I just heard it, young Brandy. I just heard it. So let's see if we can compromise here. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to duck out of that and take a look at what Brandy sent here. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. I love that. Beautiful watercolor. Can you have her like wrapped in the vines somehow? Or him? I don't know who the character is yet. But if you had them like either supported by the vines somehow. Oh, I'm doing it quick now. Let's see. Oh, that one came through. That came through Facebook. Oh, through Messenger. Let's see. I like that, Bill. I do like that. Could we shift, like if they're jumping out of the car, can you shift from like a bird's eye view out of the VW Bug? Because that'd be pretty funny. And are they jumping out of a sunroof or are they jumping out the door? And then think about how you can foreshorten the body. Think about how you can foreshorten the body to sell the distance. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, we had a phone dying over here. Will this reach? All right, so sit tight, Facebook friends. We're going to do something. Let's see if it lets us do it. Rotate your phone. You can't rotate your phone while you're recording. Well, fine. Maybe I don't need to. Come on, don't screw it up. All right, hang on. Working with... Okay, here we go. Guess what? Still alive. You can imagine a sword in her left hand. Well, unfortunately, I don't think she's a swordy type, is she? And now I've got to move this back this way. Oh. Well, unfortunately, I don't think she's a swordy type, is she? And now I've got to move this back this way. Oh man, I can't get it. I can't get the way. It looks nice, but I can't draw. Well, I wonder, what could I do? It's because they're both on here. Okay, what can we do? Yeah, I know. I'm trying. This is hard to do. I wonder if I just lay this here, will it stay? I just lost it. It's back. Okay. I'm glad you like it, Pam. Now I've got a lot of problems here. How are we doing on YouTube? Gone. Son of a gun. I'm gonna try something. Just be patient with me, folks. I'm still in it to win it. Don't give up on me. Okay. I wonder if this will work. Come on. All right, ready? Of course not. Hang on, YouTubers. Don't give up on me yet. I know I can come up with something here. Don't give up on me. I just need one thing. Hang on. Hang on. I really should. I've got it. I've got the right idea, but I'm just not executing it. Hang on. Almost. Oh. And there's the camera. Oh, yeah. Time out, folks. Not the way I wanted to end this, but I'm going to sign off for a minute.